Hi there, my name is Celia Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And rumours, we have more rumours. We have lots of rumours because all we really have is rumours because there's really nothing concrete. Now, I think the reason there is nothing concrete going on is because there is discord in the BBC. I feel there are minimally two factions in regard to Doctor Who and I think programming in general, which are at odds with each other, and there is I won't say civil war, I will say civil war. There is a conflict between the two, and there is a power struggle for that going on. That's what I would like to believe. That's what I'd like to believe. The reason I would like to believe that is I'm going to give you two good reasons I'd like to believe it, because that gives me hope that this current era of Doctor Who won't continue, because I really genuinely hate it. Now, if you like it, God bless you. Nothing against you. Honestly, I'm really genuinely very happy that you're enjoying it. I absolutely detest it. I wanted to like it, but I absolutely detest it. And so I'll be really happy to know it's over. Okay, that's the first reason I would like to believe that it is now. The second reason is I would like to believe we live in a world where complete and abject failure has some kind of consequence, right? And I don't think there's any way you could describe the Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker era as anything other than complete and abject failure in every way. So it's failed to be successful, it's failed to be popular. And listen, but maybe we don't live in the world. Maybe we don't live in the world. The law of Occam's razor is the simplest answer. The simplest answer is the truth. Anyway, so we're going to be looking at this room. I'm going to telling you my thoughts upon it and my hopes and fears for it. But before we get there, can I ask you to hit the like button? That would be freaking awesome. Hit that like button today. And ask you to hit the share button. That involves you actually doing more. You've got to click a few times. Go, I'm going to share. Hit the like, hit the share button, but mostly. And this is cost you nothing. It is one click. Can you hit the subscribe button? I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers. I am excited to get to 2,000 subscribers. So if you can hit the subscribe button, that would be fantastic. Of course, if you subscribe, you can enter my competition. So this is a week late. Okay, I was supposed to give this away a week ago. I'm going to do it either Saturday night or Sunday night. Robots of Death, a fantastic 1976 story starring Tom Baker, Louise Jameson, and a whole host of other people who played, Russell Hunter played Uranus. Oh man, he is so good. He is so freaking good. And yeah, another quick Doctor Who connection. Big Finish just released this month, and it's really good. Well, it's last month now. I just finished listening to it. I got to do the review of it. The second box set of Callan. Callan starred Russell Hunter in a very, very, very different role. I think all of Callan's on YouTube, by the way. Just go find it. It's really hasn't aged. I mean, it has aged, but it hasn't lost its impact. It's really still one of the best spy shows I've ever seen. Anyway, you may have noticed the cover, the cover that BBC who was it? Who was the company? Warner Brothers. The cover that Warner Brothers put out for this is freaking terrible. So you get this fan-made cover as well, which is so much better. I may have done it, but the basic, I can't remember who did it. It's by this guy, maybe Blacklight. I can't remember his name. He doesn't credit himself. So you get the cover as well. Also, maybe inside you might get a bit of a bootleg copy of the special edition of Robots of Death. I cannot confirm nor deny what may be inside the book, other than the DVDs, obviously. Fine. Let's talk about this rumor. So there's been a lot of craziness about rumours going along. In fact, a lot of absolute craziness. There was a guy who I was quite friendly with, who was on my channel, who was really committed to the rumour that this era of Doctor Who is going to continue unabated. HBO Max needs there to be content, and nothing else matters other than that. Again, listen, as I said, I think I would rather live in a universe where there is consequence and reason, and also I hate this Doctor Who. I just cannot stand it. So the reason, and also I don't see how the complete abject failure of this Doctor Who is in any way can be something that doesn't have a consequence, right? It's completely failed. Although listen, it's a melancholy bonus prize. But if they do just keep on with this and keep making more of this frankly awful Doctor Who, if they keep on doing that, then I just get more content from my channel, because it's going to do terribly, right? It's going to do. I mean, last year it did badly. I think this year we're into a whole new world. I think the other rumor is the Christmas special may be actually airing on Christmas, which means I can't watch it, by the way, because that's Friday night for me. I'm offline, so for the Jewish Sabbath. So anybody who says don't watch it through iPlayer Live to give them you're going to be very happy. I won't. So, but the rumor is they play it at 5:20, like 5:20, which is a children's TV slot, right? I think if it breaks 2 million, if it breaks 3, I'll be amazed. But I think it's going to do incredibly bad. But anyway, listen, that might be what they want to do. So, the official, the closest thing we've had to an official word was initially they said. Saw some Radio Times, I think, that the filming's going to. Well, first in the summer, they had the head of the Cardiff Studios. Was it? Can't remember the name of the studio. Said, "I just don't see how we can possibly make a show like Doctor Who with these constraints. I just don't see it as possible." And so it's like, well, I was elated by it. So first they had that, and then we had an announcement that where was it? In September. That they were going to start filming within the next few weeks. That brought us up till the first week in October. And no filming, nothing's happening. And then they said, so then the Comic-Con happened. I think it was October, Comic-Con happened. They said, look, we hope to start filming by the end of the year. Which to me sounded like a get out of jail free card that says, listen, it's all COVID, whatever, Corona, we hope to start filming by the end of the year. But it's like, if they don't, then they're fine. They haven't broken the word because we hope to. Who knows? So fine. So that was going. So that for me indicated that nothing was moving forward until the audience reaction from the festive special had been gauged. And I think the audience reaction is going to be shockingly awful, which again, for me, fantastic. Thank you very much. The audience reaction. So I don't see how they're going to put money in, commit funds and resources into making more of this Doctor Who when it's just so incredibly failed. So then we had that go. So then they said. So then another rumor started circling. A week or so ago, they're looking at filming it the first week in November, and it seems we have some tacit confirmation of that. So we got this Instagram post by Jodie Whittaker's stylist, like hairstylist, Subaru Hair. He says season 3, here we go. At Subaru Jodie Whittaker. So apparently she's got her hair done for season 3 of Doctor Who. Okay, that's actually good. This is one of the most credible pieces of information because it's a guy showing off his work, right? Which sounds very organic and real, right? So so there's that going on. So listen, I'm a believer in just only accepting things you see and hear for yourself, right? Everything else is subject to spin. Everything else is subject to spin. Everybody's things you see and hear for yourself. So what I'm seeing here is she's got the Doctor Who haircut ready to start filming. But what I'm actually seeing here is she's got a haircut, right? So if there is this tension, if there is this tension between two parts of the BBC, the part that wants to carry on making programming that lectures and bores the audience, and then the audience en masse says, we can't stand you, we're getting rid of the license fee, and there's nothing you can do to stop us, which is the absolute end of the BBC. By the way, they'll say, I think the latest data is 59% of Britain say they want to get rid of the license fee model, right? I think it's going to move to a subscription model. I think they were hoping to make it to 2027. But listen, with the groundswell of absolute hatred for the BBC, for their relentless lecturing, I don't really see that. Them making it. I just don't see people being happy to put up with their obnoxious nonsense anymore. So, if there is these two factions, I think one faction, the Chris Chibnall, the Cardiff faction, wants to make it embarrassing for the other faction to not continue making Doctor Who. They want to make it really, really embarrassing for them. And so I think they put out all these tacit announcements. And so what do we see here? We see that somebody has got a haircut. So that seems to be a small investment of resources. I think Chris Chibnall could probably pocket that, stump out for that himself, right? A small investment of resources. If cameras start rolling, that's a major investment of resources. And that's something even I can't say, that they're not making new Doctor Who. But even so, they could like do some second unit stuff and still have it be relatively cheap, right? Because I think the Cardiff area, the Chris Chibnall office really wants to give the impression that all things are fine, everything is awesome, and everything is going forward, full stream ahead. There's no problem whatsoever. So this seems to be a particularly good way of pushing forward that message. Now, once again, I want to say that Occam's razor is the simplest explanation, is the correct one, and this is a guy who did Jodie Whittaker's hair and is now talking about it on social media, which is something completely normal to do. So talking social media is something normal to do. And it's something that the employers of the BBC have been able to do completely unfettered, I think, creating much of the disdain the British public have for the BBC right now. People are getting pissed off with Gary Lineker lecturing them from Twitter while earning like 100 or 10 times or 100 times what an average person has. And that does really give you a good question, like why should anybody be paid more than £100,000 a year to host a show, right? Well, like £100,000 a year seems a pretty good wage, and we're talking like these get $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. Why should? And I think the answer, and I think if that's what the BBC was paying, if they decided to start severely cutting down those paychecks, they would. I think new talent would come in because new talent want to come in, and I think they would save money, which I think they need to do, because I think, how many is it now? Like, I think there's more people cancelling their license fee a day now than there are cases of corona, right? So it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So anyway, the BBC have really been very, very obnoxious with their employees on Twitter. So that's led Tim Davie, the new Director General of the BBC, who I think sees the writing on the wall, to implement a new social media policy for BBC employees. And, the normal suspects of the world are flipping out. They are freaking out big time. So this is from The Guardian, I think. Yeah, The Guardian's media editor. So everyone's on social media. They're all very gassed. They're all very gassed about this, which we're going to read in a minute. New BBC social media explicitly bans their journalists from criticising fellow BBC journalists on Twitter. It should be explicitly banned from criticising journalists on Twitter, not their fellow BBC journalists on Twitter. Journalists on Twitter. That's just called professionalism, right? And they're like, I don't want to be professional, because these people who make lots of money don't like having to be professional. They don't like it at all. They like being able to tell you from Twitter that they hate you, that they absolutely hate you. Which should be an interesting policy to see implemented across the industry. You mean have some professionalism? That might be an interesting policy. Yeah, that might work. So that's where it started, but then things go into overdrive with his continuation of that. And this, I think, is the death knell for woke BBC. This is something that strikes them right into the hand, and quite frankly, might be enough a reason for somebody to want to stump up $30 or how much it is for Jodie Whittaker to get her hair done, to give the impression that woke BBC is still all systems go, all systems go. Maybe it's a reaction against this. I do not know. I have no insider knowledge whatsoever. So he continues and says, other things explicitly banned, virtue signalling. That's the entirety of they got to stop. They got to remove Doctor Who from the last 2 years of Doctor Who from iPlayer, at least virtually. That indicates a personal views on for worthy causes. So a lot of times they have personal views on worthy causes. You know, one I do notice they a lot of them like to talk about the Israel-Palestinian conflict, and they talk about it not quite even-handedly. You know, they are big devotees of Jeremy Corbyn. The recently thoroughly shamed Jeremy Corbyn. Mwah! Wonderful that it is. They recently thoroughly shamed Jeremy Corbyn, who took the Labour Party and, in an unprecedented move, led them into such incredible racism. They are now facing censure from the European European Human Rights Council, the EHRC. Nothing like that's ever happened before, right? So that's what it's like when people, talk about worthy causes. Another time they talked about worthy causes is when they told all the Jews who said, "Yeah, he's kind of anti-Semitic," to shut up, you're just shills for the Tories. Maybe that's another way they establish worthy causes. Because one person's take on a worthy cause may be sheer relentless bigotry to another person, and you would know that if you weren't an idiot child who can't handle ever being told they're wrong. Virgin Anglican personal view on worthy causes. Bio disclaimers saying my views, not the BBC. Okay, so that doesn't really help them anymore, does it? They say, something they say reflects upon them as an employer. Yes, it does. Revealing how you vote. Well, good luck with that. I don't think, maybe not revealing how you absolutely hate one specific party. Putting your personal brand on Twitter ahead of the BBC's reputation. This really just cuts out the entire Twitter act for the entire BBC. The entire BBC! Is this connected with why Mandy Gill deleted her Twitter account? She said, "I'm just having so much fun, no time for twat." No, I think you're lying. One final thing, and I do like this one, is BBC journalists have been warned that emojis can undercut an otherwise impartial post, and basically they're telling children how not to act like children. Children, stop acting like children. I know we've let you act like children for years and years and years and years. But no, now it turns out, because we let you act like children for years and years and years and years, that now nobody wants to pay us our license fee anymore, which means we can't exist anymore. So maybe acting like children relentlessly wasn't the best of plans. Maybe not. I don't know. You the people decide. So again, has Doctor Who, is he getting ready to start filming next week, as has been rumoured? Possibly. We don't know that. We know Jodie Whittaker got a haircut. Now again, the simplest explanation is they're starting to film next week, which for me would be nothing matters, right? That would be the indication, but maybe it's all spin, maybe it's all lies, maybe it's a reaction to Tim Davies' new social media policy, which, has sent the Twitterati into absolute and complete freefall. They're like, and they're upset. There's some like trans stuff they're not allowed to do anymore. Anyway, so you're not allowed to virtual signal. I think, again, for me, doesn't that mean all of Doctor Who, from Under Chibnall has to go? I don't know. You the people decide. My name is Sheila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.